There we go. What's up, guys? Different face this time. I'm Colin. I know a lot of you guys probably haven't seen my face since I first did a battle box on the channel like 6 or 7 months ago. Eric's here, but he thought I should do the intro since I'm becoming a bigger part of the channel lately. We're actually still in Atlanta right now. It's Sunday night, so the ROC Cup just finished up. Congratulations, Daniel Powell, for taking the win on that one. Close second with Easton Brock. Daniel only won by 10 points. It was a very, very close game, very intense. The entire room, we had probably 30 people watching that game, and it was silent. I said earlier, it sounded like we were on a golf green waiting for someone to take a putt for an hour. But anyway, we're here because we got a full set from...
Thor Ragnarok.
Who?
Who donated it? Who brought it?
Mr. Kenny Payne helped us.
Okay, Kenny Pena. Sorry. Kenny Pena donated the whole set to us so we can do the review. And since we're here in Atlanta, and Eric and I came out here with 2 special friends, we're here with Mr. Tiago and Pedro from the Cerebros. Both are Brazilian friends. And there's Eric. He's over in the corner.
Hi, guys.
But anyway, so we're here to do a Thor Ragnarok review, as Pedro just said. We're going to kind of do it different than you've seen other reviews. Obviously, since this one's live, it'll be way different than previous reviews. But essentially, each of us will just be starting a figure, and then we'll show you the figure, we'll show you the back of the card after reading what the card does, and then we'll just go 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. And if anyone has special comments to make on each figure, they'll make them. So, without further ado, let's get started. So I've got number 1. It's Thor, 75 points. I just want to say that I love the sculpts that they went with on these Thors. They look super cool. The double sword just looks fantastic in my opinion. So number 1 Thor has a trait, allies in the gladiator arena. He has knockback, starting out great. Traded knockback, you can't go wrong there. Then he has free, make a close attack, but only to target an opposing character that was already knocked back at least 1 square by another friendly character this turn. So essentially, if you have anybody that has super strength that Thor can get adjacent to, like you knock someone back into his charge range, you charge him, you hit him with blades, and then you free action attack him again because why not? Because you can choose whether to knock him back or not. So this is the back of the card. As you can see, he's got charge blades for the first 3 clicks. He's got blades his entire dial, which is fantastic in itself. And he gets flurry with it on his last 3 clicks. Impervious for 3 clicks, followed by toughness. Or not impervious, invulnerability, my bad. Pretty much, it's a pretty solid figure for 75 points. He's got an 11 attack for his first 2 clicks.
First and last.
First and last click. And then he has a 10 throughout the rest of the dial. So it's not a bad figure, especially for 75 points. He's pretty good.
Indomitable?
Yeah, Indom. Words. And he's all the flavor text on it's pretty funny. So if you get him, I don't think there's a single place you can go wrong with this set as we get to it, but number 1, solid figure. Anybody else?
Yep. Do agree.
All right, Tiago. Number 2.
Number 2, let's go to Loki. Here, the sculpture.
Not too bad. Little Mr. Cocky Loki there.
Actually, usually the move figures have amazing sculptures. The back of the dial. Can see stealth, phasing teleport. That's here.
You're good.
So let's read it. Do you always fall for that one? His special defense power. Super Sense Toughness. When Loki uses Super Sense and succeeds, after resolutions, you may place him in adjacent square. Who hits, he just jumps 1. The special damage is outwit and probability control. His defense power is situational because you have to read the Super Sense to work. So it's good because you take a range, you move 1 square to a hindering, he gets a stealth. But besides that, if you don't get the Super Sense hit, you can just die 1 hit. So 7 points for that. It's expensive, low attack, low damage, low values on overall. So just outwit and prob is good, but today you can do this with less points than that.
Cool, no, I agree. It's
He's interesting. To the movie, I'm sure.
Exactly. Exactly. And we can do a roundup on how we see movie sets and review once we're done. So we're gonna keep on doing one by one, and then we're gonna do a kind of wrap up on the sets, right, guys?
Yes.
Oh, talking about amazing sculpture, I think this one, like at least in my personal view, takes the prize. This Hulk,
I think I can agree with that.
It's
one.
really pretty.
Yeah.
that one is really really cool. He starts with the common one. This is the Hulk, Avengers, Brute, Monster, and Warrior. I'm gonna show the card to you in a little bit, guys. Allies in the gladiatorial arena. Knockback, and it's free, just like the Thor. It's exactly the same trait. You make a close attack, but only to target an opposing character that was already knocked back at least one square by another friendly character this turn. So you see a lot of people with strength already. Knockback is a thing. You have Thunder Strike, you have many things coming back to the game. This is definitely a cool free chance to knock back someone. And if you look at this dial, we're going to show it to you guys right here, because it's gonna, you can have a quick look, so that when we talk about it, you have it. So look at his die. Although he doesn't have any move and attack for the first 3 clicks because he has sidestep, he does have charge in the last 3. But sidestep is pretty good to get into someone you're gonna know where to knock back to,
especially with that close combat expert.
Exactly. So there's kind of synergy there. It's a short range, but I'm guessing here, and you guys can correct me, that someone's gonna set up the knockback for Hulk to knock it out of the park.
Right.
So you knock it back into the place, and Hulk is gonna be waiting for them. And you just close combat expert the guy, and then hit it again for free because of the trait. All in all, 17 defense on the first click, but then it goes up to an 11 attack and 18 defense, all first 3 clicks with invincible, and the first 3 clicks with close combat expert. So for 75 points, he's also indomitable. Unlike the Thor, his first and last click have 10 attack, but all the others, second to fifth, have 11.
So he's better in the middle.
Better in the middle. He gets angry like the Lord Hook, but it goes from invincible to invulnerable, and that's all his dial. And from 3 to 4 damage. Yeah. So he hits really hard for 75. Again, it requires some finesse to set up all the knockbacks, but if you're able to do it, you're gonna get a lot out of this figure.
No, but if you want to have like some play for a fun event, you can go for Thor and Hulk together.
Yes, exactly.
Because Thor has charge, he can move.
I was gonna say just
Bring
the
it back.
character back and forth to each other.
It's what could be possible 4 attacks, right, guys? That's
And there are Asgardians as well. So maybe a Hulk, Thor Odinson.
Thor Odinson.
Yeah.
Ugh. That'll do something. All right.
Mr. Oaks.
Hi, guys. So, next up, we have number 4. This is Heimdall. I was a little bummed we didn't get one in the actual Mighty Thor set, but hey, this one from the movie is one of my favorite. He's a good actor. I like the one from here, and it's a cool sculpt. I like kind of the jacket or cloak he's kind of wearing there. But he's got Asgardian warrior named Heimdall. He has a trait called Come with me to safety. Phasing teleport. When Heimdall uses it, he has passenger 3, so he can carry 3 guys, but only to carry Asgardians characters with the Asgardian keyword. So that's really great. Also has a defense power on the first 3 clicks called Eyes of the Eagle. Super senses. When Heimdall uses it, roll 2d6 and choose 1 to be the result. So just right there, guys, we've seen super senses today be amazing. It has potential. Imagine rolling 2 dice, you'll see a 5 and a 6 way more often than rolling just a single one. The dial is pretty awesome. 60 points with a good taxi. No willpower, but he does have sidestep to carry and then move 8 down to 3, so 5. And then he has charged blades in the middle with 11 attack, 18 with 1 damage, so you're going to roll the blades roll.
Yep.
And the last 2 are back to sidestep, 10 attack with 17 toughness. Good, solid damage values the entire stinking dial. Not bad. You guys agree? So good?
I agree. And the funny fact is, if you look at the Warriors 3 and add them up together, they're 240. So with him, that's a full 300, and he carries the 3 of them. So that's your setup right there.
There was obviously some correlation between the Mighty Thor and that. So
yep. So moving next, we have Valkyrie. Again, the sculpts in this set are really something. Nice looking sword.
I like the blue swords.
Yes, blue swords.
the colorful swords were definitely a neat thing in the set.
Lord of the Rings.
Or powered light swords, not to use the trademark name, I'm joking. The Asgardian, she has Asgardian warrior, this is Valkyrie, the common one, number 5. She has one trait, which is the last of her kind, which once per game, when Valkyrie would be KO'd by an opponent's attack, and is adjacent to a friendly character with a higher point value, you can turn her to click number 5 instead. It's going to show you. We're going to talk about it in a
Puts her
little
on the
bit.
last click, yeah.
Yep.
So basically, she has a dial that returns back to a last click.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
So she starts with charge. Starting with move and attack is always a good thing. She has 10 blades on both for 2 clicks. She has an 18 defend on the first click, which drops down to a 17. She actually has defend the whole dial, but it's 18 for the first and last click and 17 in the middle. She has empower for the first 2 clicks. So if you want to play her beside someone so that you can actually use, they will be KO'd, goes to her last click anyway. So her third click is the weakest one, where she has the lowest point value. But on the last 2 clicks, she goes back to being either a heavy attacker with 6 sidestep, 11 blades. It's good, 2 damage, but you're rolling for blades there, like Kirk said. 18 defense and she can support. So
it's decent. I want to point out real fast. We're on figure 5, and all of them have a move, an attack or something like that. Sidestep or charge or so far. I mean, besides Loki, but his kind of weird.
75 points without Indomitable though. A little bit risky, but her ability to not be KO'd when she's close to someone might be, with properly play, you can extract some juice out of it. Interesting figure, good, well synergetic to have beside you. So there's no downside. It's well done to have beside you, but
hey, I think
There's a
mastermind in this set that could use something like that.
There's also a decent amount of blades in this set so far.
Yeah.
3 out of the 5 figures we've looked at so far have had blades. And looking at the cards from where I'm sitting, there's quite a bit more to be seen.
Exactly.
So
you have a lot of Sharpies to go through.
Talking about blades, the next figure is another Thor. Same sculpt from the first one. This is the number 6 Thor. He costs more than the first. Also has a strongest dial, 100 points. Oh, it's here. Charge, improve. He has a trait called needs to learn humility. When Thor takes damage from an opponent's attack, give him a humility number of humility tokens equals the damage clicked. So since he has improved, you need to see that how damage is going. Free action, remove any number of humility tokens. For each token removed, modify either attack or damage by +1 until your next turn.
Wow.
So if you took like 6 damage in a turn or on click 7, you have 6 tokens, you can be like +3 attack and +3 damage. This goes like 14 attack and 6 damage.
yeah,
If you compare a little quickly with the Hulk Rage Power.
the Rage Hulk.
Yeah.
It's very similar.
Yeah, and you don't have the last one click. It's wherever you click, you get as a Rage token. And to me, the big advantage is you save this. You don't have to use
those
the
don't
next
go
round.
away. You get to choose when you want to use them. The only downside that has versus the Rage tokens is you don't get it to your defense.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's true.
And this Thor has like 8 clicks long dial for 100 point things
That's a
are
long dial. I saw that.
100 points.
3 charge, 5 sidestep, 3 imperv, 2 invulnerable, 3 toughness, and last 3 clicks are incredible because they are blades with 12 attack in the last click.
And if
And 3 damage all through. Okay, on
Yeah.
the blades one, you still might gamble, but 3 damage through and through.
And if you're feeling like you want to be risky and make him go that deep in his dial, look at those tokens. Jane Foster, heal him back up.
Exactly.
Do it
If
again.
you find a way to make this guy stay alive in the game, like steal energy or some healer, can be really
Oh, dude, Blood Axe on this guy, right?
good. Why not?
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
Indomitable.
Gives him exploit to go with that Blades clause that he gets.
Even Thunderstrike wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah. Fun fact: in this set, I'm looking here, we have no flyers in the set.
Not yet, but there is a carrier. Heimdall is carrier, but he's not
Yeah.
flying.
Yep.
Which is interesting.
So next figure.
All right, so back to another Loki. It's the same figure as before. The only difference is this one has Mystic's team ability on him. He's got Asgardian and Mystical. I'm pretty sure every piece in the set has Asgardian, except for maybe the Hulk.
Oh no, Grandmaster.
Yeah, Hulk has Avengers.
So
Yeah.
Hulk and Grandmaster won't have,
Yeah.
but everyone else is going to.
Yes.
So you Asgardian fans out there.
I won a tournament with a theme team there. He doesn't have a trait, but he's got special attack ability. It's free. Choose 2 opposing characters that are adjacent to each other and are both within 6 squares in line of fire to Loki. Place one of them into a square adjacent to its current square. So essentially, as long as he's got range to target the characters, he can just go, hey, you've got a Masterminder right next to a piece that I don't care about. Let's just split those up and I'll shoot your bigger character. for however much damage you can do because he's not adjacent to his Masterminder anymore. And then his damage ability is Exploit Weakness and Shape Change. And when he uses Shape Change and succeeds, after actions resolve, you may place him into an adjacent square. So it's kind of similar to the other Loki that we looked at with the Shape Change and being able to move him. But I think the other one was Super Senses, right? Yeah, so it's essentially the exact same effect, just with at different points in time and a different ability. And then this Loki, he's got same thing as the other one, essentially. Sorry, there's glare coming off of that lamp. He's got 10 attack, 2 damage his whole dial, but 18 defense, most of it, 17 on the last couple. He doesn't have any reducers, but he's got that shape change to try and get out of rolls. He gets prob in the middle of his dial, but I think the best saving grace on this guy right here is he has Mystics, and that attack ability to be able to push people apart is going to be killer for certain teams, because you have those teams that they temp pull around a guy with Mastermind, or you have squishy little figures like Jane Foster's are making a big appearance lately, and they're keeping them close to other guys, or like using the uncommon Doctor Strange to give her an 18 defense instead of that 15. You just push them apart, back to that 15, you take away their support, and then you work over their actual attackers, because you don't have to worry about them healing up this time. And he's got Indom, so that's even better.
He moves around pretty well.
So we have now another figure that we already saw. It's another Hulk. It's on 100 points, so it's the same as the previous Thor. This incredible sculpture again.
So pretty.
Yes.
It's amazing.
So pretty.
And now, Thor needs to learn humility. Hulk needs to learn control. When Hulk takes damage from an opponent's attack, give him anger tokens. They call the damage clicker. Free action, remove the anger tokens and number of him. For each removed attack or damage +1. Exactly the same as Thor.
Very the same.
Just with slightly different wording for
Yes.
it,
Yeah.
which makes sense because Thor's kind of cocky and Hulk is just angry.
Actually, both dials are pretty the same dials. The only thing that changes is Hulk has invincible and more speed, but starts with flip climb, and Thor starts with charge. And Thor has blades and Hulk no.
So that's both Hulks in the set don't start with a move and attack ability.
Yeah.
Other than the sidestep.
Do both Hulks have Avengers?
Nope, they are the ones that...
Yeah, Avengers, both
Yeah,
Avengers.
Avengers they do, yes.
Okay, so that means Jane Foster could be on a theme team with this thing
Yeah.
still.
Yes.
But
Either way, that's pretty good.
but this Hulk has super strength, so he can deal 5 damage.
More damage. Yeah.
Jeez.
And knock back into that Hulk.
Yes.
Yeah, because
You can make
Because of
tens
the-
with the figures.
yeah, because of the inherent knockback that Super Strength gives now. That's one of my favorite changes to that ability is probably the Super Strength.
I keep forgetting about it, honestly. It's strong.
I love it so much.
So if my buddies here allow me, we're going to go a little bit quicker through this one because this one has been previewed before by many different guys, on other friendly channels. This is a Heimdall as well. He's a Asgardian and Warrior, the same sculpt for the one we saw. Really cool looking. It's number 9. He's a rare. Real name Heimdall. The first trait is sounding a call for Galahorn. Power. Once per game, remove an action token from all friendly characters within 6 square with the Asgardian keyword. Very cool for tempo. Very cool for refreshing your team. Could be a game changer in the right circumstances, right? Eyes on Asgard. The damage power, on the first 2 and the last 2 clicks. Probability control and opposing characters within 4 square and line of fire can't use probability control. A little bit of a short range there, but because it's very powerful, canceling probability control from the opposing team, could make the difference as well. So very good game-changing traits. You have to have some finesse to use them. He's 100 points. He's only 6 clicks for 100 points, which could be a little bit of a gamble. He does start with the first 2 clicks. They are the exact same with 8 charge, 10 blades, 18 invulnerable, and 2 damage, which you're probably gonna roll for blades. On the first 2 clicks, then he drops to, he gets 9 movement with sidestep, lose move and attack, still remain with 10 attacks for the next 2 clicks, 17 toughness and close combat expert, which is a bit more offensive in number terms, and then he ends up with a 10 movement. He only gets, he moves more as he grows tired or hurt. 10 movement, 2 sidesteps on the 2 clicks with sidestep, 2 clicks with 11 quake. Is the only time where he gets 11 attacks, but last 2 clicks, and 17 and 16 toughness, and he goes back to 2 damage and the probability control cancelling power, probability control and the probability control cancelling power. 6 clicks, it's not indomitable. 100 points. It's a little bit of a gamble here, but again, he has game-changing stats. You're kind of betting into making a game-changing move in the right circumstances, but it requires some finesse to make the most out of it.
He's fun, but he's, how you say, 100 points is too risky to play him.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100 points is really high, unfortunately. If he was like 50 points and had like a lower dial,
Yeah.
even just that one, for 50 points, just to, I'm taking another turn right away, that could be huge. So, we're getting into the more shiny sculpts in the
True.
set. So, we have number 10, Grandmaster. What's the actor's name, guys? It's the guy from, from Jurassic Park, who played... Oh, what's his name, Colin? I can't remember his name.
No idea.
Shoot! I feel awful now.
Yeah,
You're going to laugh at me in the comments.
When
but
we switch the camera, you Google it. Tricks.
I have friends who can do that for me as well. But let's go ahead and read his card real fast here. Grandmaster. Elders of the Universe, Cosmic and Ruler keywords. Real name is unknown. This is the Collector's Brother. All right. Attack power on... Is this the right one? No, this is the wrong one.
Did we do the cards backward?
No, we got the figure backwards.
There you go.
It's like, this doesn't seem right. Alright. So, he has an attack power called Let's See Who is Stronger. And this, to me, is amazing. For you guys who play Magic the Gathering, this will feel a little bit familiar. So, it's called... I said that already. Power. Choose a friendly character and an opposing character adjacent to it, both within range and line of fire. The opposing character makes a close attack targeting your friendly character. Then, the friendly character makes a close attack targeting the opposing character. It's basically an in-game fight mechanic. So, you damage to me first, then I do it to you. And what's really powerful about this, you can use all your powers. So you roll Shape Change, nothing. Super Senses, they miss. You swing. That's a whole free attack interaction between a turn. You just say, power, do it. He is 75 points. He does have a 4-click dial, but he has prob control, which you can use on those attack rolls. Nothing saying you can't. So, hey, you can shift tide of battle there. Like, oh, you hit me. Great hit. No, prob it.
Nice.
He does have a 9 range. He's power cosmic. Sidestep the whole dial with an attack power of the entire dial with 18 and 17 ESD. To stay back and watch the fight for 75 points. Not too shabby, not bad at all. You guys see his card here real quick. You guys can kind of see that. Look at that, not too bad. And this is the figure, like I said, he's really cool.
The actor's name is Jeff Goldblum.
Thank you, Goldblum. That's the one everyone's talking about. Oh my gosh. See, I feel
If you would have
terrible.
said the actor from
The flight.
Independence Day,
Yeah.
I would have
Or
known
the
who you were
flight.
talking about.
Or if we're older.
Just
The flight.
one
Yeah.
fact about this Grandmaster.
Go ahead.
Your opponent hits you before you hit
Yeah,
him, right?
they hit you first.
Otherwise, it would be so good because you
You
punch-
can KO
you
them
can-
before.
No, you can make a super strength character.
Oh,
So
and knock him
punch,
back.
knock him
Knock him
back,
back.
and he can
And
hit
then
you
they
back.
can't attack
And they
you.
can't attack you.
But
Well, if they
that's,
have range.
that same thing can be
Cautionary
inverse.
tale, because
Yeah.
don't do it with someone who...
The opposing
Yeah.
character can
Knock
knock
you
you back,
Yeah.
and
Right.
then you can't make your retaliation attack.
Yeah, it's
Watch
a,
out for knockback.
it's a
But-
good way if your character don't have move and attack,
Yeah,
but you
it-
want to base someone that, basing will make do. You're usually going to have a ranged attack guy, which is probably going to be not as effective in melee. So you just move with your character and get this one for them to fight.
Right.
You have a bulkier guy hitting a ranged guy, and you probably, even if you take the first hit, you're probably going to resist and still
Right.
dish more damage. So it kinds of bridges. It's two actions, but like you said, with prob and in the right moment, can base someone that is more lethal from a range perspective, get a bulkier guy, and get him to hurt a lot more than what's he going to be hurting, if at all.
And then you can also rely on, like, let's say you're playing that Grandmaster. Let's say you're playing just figures from this set specifically. Play that Grandmaster with the number 8 Hulk, number 9 Hulk, number 9. Play him with that. That's leap climb with 8 movement.
gets
You
right
get
in
him
position.
up there, and then you just take Grandmaster and say, okay, fight. You deal 1 damage to him because he's got the invincible, and then he turns around and hits you for 5 because of his super strength,
has an object
and
too.
then he knocks you back. I mean, I feel like that's a worth trade-off for 2 actions, especially since you got the probability control to make it go in your advantage.
Totally agree.
9 range prob is no joke.
Other fun thing is you can do Mistress Death with him. To get
Oh.
the token.
Oh! You might be onto something there, Thiago.
Yep. Get Mr. Death there. She moves really well. Like 12 in the first click?
It's
No?
10.
Ten.
I think it's
10
10
phasing.
phasing,
She's gonna
though,
get
so
there.
she can go wherever she wants.
And as long as Grandmaster can sidestep into position to kind of see people, it's going to be beautiful.
Great, so now here for Thor's father, this is Odin, number 11, the rare one.
Show
Also,
the beautiful skull with the cape and
The cape is
everything.
super shiny, just
So
like the other,
shiny,
just
man.
like Grandmaster. It's
Yep.
super shiny.
I want to play RPG with these figures.
no saving on the sculpture's paint.
Nope.
Odin, he's an Asgardian, ruler, and a warrior. Quite fitting. His real name, though, is Loki Luffison.
Whoa.
Yep. So he starts with something that's very, I wouldn't say rare, but less common. You can play him as a 25-point figures. I'm going to show here, so before we start going through over here,
Even
and here's the
though you're
dial.
blocking that point.
Yeah.
He's a 25-point figure.
Trust my word for it. Take my word for it. And here's a big block of card, but we're going to go through it very quickly. You can play his at 25, or you can pay 25 more points, and you can use the "You fools have been doing my bidding this whole time." During force construction, you may include number 2 Loki, the one we just talked to you guys about, or the number 7, which is the same sculpt, and I could be cheating, but I'm going to show you actually the different one. But number 2 or number 7 Loki is on your sideline. When an Odin's favor token is given, and we're going to go through them real in a second, when an Odin favor token is given, after resolutions, you roll a d6. On a 5 or 6, you replace Odin with either Loki number 2 or Loki number 7 on the same click number Odin was +1. So it's going to kind of take a damage, not damage, but it's going to come with an extra on the next click from Odin. So what is the trait that Odin has that gives the tokens? It's gain Odin's favor. Each time a friendly character with the Asgardian keyword hits an opposing character, you immediately give them an Odin's favor token. Friendly characters with 1 or more Odin's favor tokens modify attack +1. So you keep them, you don't spend them, you just have to hit them once, and you got it, right?
And can you get multiple?
And those stack.
Yep, and those
because
stack.
every time they hit, they get... Or do they have to hit, or is it just when they attack?
Every time hits an opposing character.
Okay, so as long as you hit, whether you do damage or not, as long as you hit, you're getting that token, getting a +1 to your attack. That's no joke. You could get a character like Jane Foster to have an 11 attack.
with support.
This is after resolutions.
Well, support's
Immediate, no,
not
no, it's
attack.
immediately.
So if I play Doc Ock with him, I can hit plus attack. Hit.
Doc Ock
Yeah, but
doesn't
it need-
have the Asgardian.
Oh,
It
keyword.
is
no.
Asgardian
Oh,
keyword.
so-
That's the saving grace. Otherwise,
That would be insane with 25 points.
And
There.
other thing, he's the cheapest leadership on the game now.
yes,
Right
25
now,
points for
25
leadership.
25
points.
point leadership.
Yeah, well, his three clicks are all the same, which is 6 movement, all of them sidestep, attack value 0, not indomitable, 16 defense with mastermind on all of them, and 0 damage as well, but all of them with leadership. I don't know what the the Odin's favor stack. They do stack, but if you
They
have
should
one,
stack.
but you have 1 or more, you just only get +1. So
Is it a unique
Does it
modifier?
No.
say... Because it just says...
because it says friendly characters with 1 or more. get
Oh,
+1.
okay.
Okay.
So, but why would you have more? You're not
More,
using them.
yeah.
You're just
It's
stacking
'cause-
them.
It's because you can hit multiple times
Yeah.
and get multiple tokens for whatever reason.
It's a competition,
But-
and then you morally gain the game if you have more tokens.
And then if you pay that extra 25 points to make him 50, which 50 isn't a lot in this game still, you can switch him out with the Loki. I mean, Odin is 3 clicks deep. The Lokis are both 7. They KO on click 7.
But you put him on click 2.
Yeah,
click
but
1.
so
Yeah.
let's say you're on click 1 with Odin. You put him on click 2. You don't have to even trade him out, right?
It's a replace, right?
Yeah.
It's a
Okay,
replace,
so you don't get the option, but if you roll that, you get to choose which Loki you put out. Whether you need, let's say you need the outwit probability control for that game, you pick that one. If you need the one that lets you just push your opponents apart, play that one. We saw a lot of Nighthawk Primes today with succeeding on shape change unless they rolled a 1, because 1's always a fail. So you just go, hey Nighthawk, you're no longer adjacent to your teammates.
Now
And
roll
I'm
your
gonna
shape
hit you.
change.
Now roll your shape change. You need a 5 instead of a 2.
Yeah.
So, pretty good mechanic to be able to switch. Let's just hope that you don't switch him out on your first one instead of later after you get all your characters with that bonus on them.
Yep.
But now, talking about cheap characters, we now have a cheap fighter, because Valkyrie is 50 points, same sculpture as the
She's
other.
only a rare, huh?
Yeah, it's a hair. She has the trait real Asgardian warrior, real name unknown. Inspiration in the heart of the battle is the first trait. It's the only trait. friendly characters within 4 squares modify attack and damage by +1 if they are damaged during the previous turn. If you use them with the Thor or Hook that gets tokens and they take damage,
Right.
you can maximize that rate.
Yep, these guys right here are the ones in the set.
And this isn't a unique modifier. You can use 2 Valkyries if you want. So she's 50 points, 9 speed, 10 attack with blades, 18 defense, toughness, 2 damage. Sidestep, blades, toughness. She's cheap, 50 points, but 5 clicks dial can be killed easily. But if you use like 2 of him, and that hook and just hook goes, you have 8 clicks, you will survive.
Yeah.
So she can be really.
It's just she can also get the bonuses for herself, but her dial is so short.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
worth
she
it.
starts with toughness. She ends up, she ends up with combat reflexes. It's not bad. She's got a 10 attack with blades. She starts off with sidestep, which isn't bad, but you can easily push her onto click 2 and give her charge if you need it. And then if you push her to click 3, she has charge with an 11 instead of a 10. So it's like, it's a gambling game. Like most things are in this game right now. You just kind of have to pick and choose what the best time is to get your characters off their top click.
Or if you want to try to be really mean, it only says within 4 squares. It doesn't require line of fire. So go to the
Exactly.
Whiskey office, leave her in the other room.
Yeah.
You just get the bonus.
keep her safe.
Just throw
Put
it
her
out
in the
there.
room and hindering, and then throw your team
Actually,
out in the
it's-
hallway.
It says friendly character, so no
Yeah.
keyword to that.
Yeah.
No,
Even
Anyone.
you can
Just
just keep
anyone.
basing with haha jokers. Your
Right.
opponents.
yeah.
And he takes damage like a boss.
Yeah,
Exactly.
He's good at. Well, it actually says, oh, does you know if his trade is a damage? Because then you're sure you just hold the D3, choose damage.
If they were damaged during your previous
Damage
turn.
is damage.
So if you roll his
Poison's
trait
damage,
and deal
another attack
damage,
him.
if you deal damage to
Ooh.
himself at the beginning of your turn, the next turn you play,
Is that damage? Because I think
boom.
it's damage at
Yeah,
will. You can
it's
force
you
it.
deal
Yeah.
him damage. That's pretty good.
So
Interesting.
Get him
4
uh,
points, haha
even
joker.
higher.
3 of her.
Ah, Joker has +3 attack, +3 damage.
Keep basing your opponent and go.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead and kill me before I kill you. Do it.
It's
You won't.
You won't.
I dare you.
All right. Next up in line, we got the next Grandmaster. Again, it's the same sculpt. There's two back-to-back figures, and all these figures are back-to-back figures. But I mean, it's not a bad thing. They're all unique enough, and other than the sculpts being the same, which I don't really care because the sculpts actually look good. I just care about when the sculpts look basic, and they copy them. So Grandmaster, he's got Elders of the Universe, Cosmic, and Ruler. There's the back of his card. Maybe, if I can hold on to it.
Butterfingers.
Roll, shape,
There you
change.
The roll shape change.
As you can see, he's got phasing his whole dial, and he pounces between literally every support power in the game. He's got 2 traits. First one is holographic projection. His actions don't count against your action total. His combat values can't be modified, and he takes a maximum of 1 damage from a range attack. So unless you're getting up close to try and hit him against his... Oh, he's got 0 range. But unless you get up close to hit him, because he's just a support character, all of the support powers have range, you're not going to do anything to him. And then his other trait is Master Manipulator. At the beginning of your turn, you may turn Grandmaster to another click. If you do, at the end of your turn, roll a d6 and turn Grandmaster to that click number. He can't be healed in any other way. So, I mean, he's kind of got a Taskmaster-like thing going on with his dial. As you saw, he doesn't really have any damage or attack on any of his clicks. He just cycles between Perplex and Power, Enhancement, Outwit, Prob, except for on his last click. If you just put him on his last click, he's got an 11 attack with support. So if you throw one of your guys in there super deep to try and beat the crap out of somebody, he gets wounded, you just run out, put Grandmaster on his last click at the beginning of your turn, have your guy run out, boom, heal up however many
And
clicks.
it's a free heal because his actions don't count, right? Any action.
Yeah, his actions do not count towards your action total. So you just go like, I'm going to support. I got it for up to 4 heal. And then you roll a die to decide what click he goes on. I mean, you could roll 4 and end up with Prob, or end up on a 3 and end up with Outwit, and just be like, okay, you have that guy that has charge, or let's say they're on 1 token, and it's like, I outwit your willpower. What are you gonna do?
And it's at the end of the turn?
It's
Yes,
at the
it
end
is.
of your turn.
Oh, so
You roll a
You probably
d6.
could use the power like that since it's not in the action phase.
No.
but-
I mean, yeah, but the prob works that way.
Right.
Just in fact, on this set until now, most of the figures are actually, besides the two Lokis, we only have fighters on the set. Everyone is made to charge, even no running shots, only charge here actually.
Yeah, it's all close combat. It's that arena mentality that this set has.
So if you are able to making a sealed or something, pull this guy, you have to play him because we are best source of the support powers you have.
Yeah, the only range character in the set is that other Grandmaster with 9, but he's a support character. He's not going to do any damage.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a little bit costly, but it's like a pick a power for support, right? You're gonna you
Just
know
about.
you will get whatever power you want. You don't know where you're gonna land, which is remind me in a crazy manner with the Ironheart, right? There's a kind of a gamble there, and it's a little bit more costly. First, because his action doesn't count, so whatever you can do, it's an extra action there, right there. If you have leadership, that this is your 5th action, and 5 actions in a turn is pretty good. And it's also more expensive because Ironheart, if you roll poorly, she's dead.
Right.
Here, if you roll poorly, which would be number 6, and why would it be 6 poorly? Because then the guy only needs to do 1 damage, and you're done. Then you're still alive. So you can act with him first, and you're gonna find where it is. And if you think you're not gonna roll too well, protect him, move him to a different place. So you have some chance of not losing him immediately on a die roll.
Right.
And if you're lucky to keep between 1 and 3, and no one is close to him to actually hurt him, from range attack, there's almost like a, quote that please, undying guy, because you're going to have to hit him 4, 5, 6 times for him to die. So it's an interesting piece. It's a little bit expensive, but if you can set up properly around this guy, there's something to be had here.
Yeah, 60 points, you can definitely make that work in just about any build.
Yeah. So talking about figure, man, I said this set is only fighters and now Odin. I think this is the most expensive figure in the set.
Yeah.
125 points. Same sculpture and power cosmic. 8 range. Man, this guy has
A dial that goes.
And this one is actually Odin.
yes. No Loki. But man, if you are playing
Real name, Odin Borson.
if you are playing a sealed event and you pull this one, you have to play this. No other option. First clicks, 8 range, 8 speed, 11 attack, 8 in defense, 4 damage.
With
Sidestep, side blast, invincible prob. So no trades, nothing, just powers.
Just
standard powers.
Straight value.
Simple
It's like-
figure.
He has damage because he has 12 attack pull save on middle dial. So you have-
Without wit.
exactly.
Because you need that during pulse wave.
Exactly. In case you miss something while you're pulse waving.
Wait a minute. The powers that Unimind picks are protected pulse wave. He could outwit the power
Yes,
they pick
if
and
it-
then pulse wave.
Yeah, if it does forfeit cause
With the
channel combat
perplex.
damage,
Yeah.
he will be susceptible to outwit. You outwit him first on that
And
particular.
then you pull save.
Interesting.
But one thing that I like in this guy, he has power cosmic, so he outwit protection, and has invincible on first click.
Right.
So he takes a maximum of 3 damage. If you do 3 damage to him, he will stop on a click that is 12 attack, pull save, outwit, imperv.
Ooh.
So like, okay, I take damage, okay, now pull save you.
Make sure you hit him twice and hard.
And if you're playing with Valkyrie in the next room, get that +1 to your attacking damage.
Oh my god.
so
13 for 4.
one
Or
mecha-
he has 5 on that click on his
No,
damage.
4
sorry,
for 4.
no.
You got it. 13
So
for 4.
5 total.
For 5. Yeah.
one thing that I love in this guy is one mechanic that I saw first time and I started playing on the Archangel from GSX.
Right.
GSX. He's a ranged character. When takes damage, he turns to a close fighter. This Odin is the same because his last 2 clicks, it's charge and blades. So it's like, okay, I'm pulse waving. You raise me, now blades on face. So if you put this guy on a sealed, you have to play him, really. He's simple. I really think that new players will be love this guy because he's nothing.
He's very simple, and he has a very good range of all the powers that you'll see a lot in the game.
And it's also
Yeah,
This sculpture
this
is
is a
amazing.
good. You guys said it right there, but this is a good training wheels for your tent pole. It's not gonna be your tent pole in the current meta, but you want some training wheels on how to handle, your
How to
big
play
guy.
a temp pool, there you
Yeah.
go, right
Oh,
there.
Start with him.
125 points. My goodness.
So to close this off, I got lucky. I got to talk about this little guy here. Well, not little.
Little,
We're gonna see that little is something that doesn't go with it.
He starts out little.
Amazing.
He starts out little.
Exactly.
He's a little wolf.
This puppy. This cool puppy.
Actually, just say, I miss this guy as a colossal retaliator on the Thor's head.
Yep, that's true. But I
Should've
think they
been.
made it up. This is the chase Fenris wolf. And I'm going to start with showing you the tiles already. The sculpt is super cool looking.
It's amazing.
Got some words.
Fenris wolf, yes, he is a Asgardian, an animal, a keyword that we already discussed many times. A keyword
Wait,
that's doing nice.
Animal. Who gives perplexes to animals?
With +2, like
Frog.
Throg. Yep.
Plus superplex for animal.
Superplex.
So he has one trait which is swallow you whole. Each time Fenris Wolf KOs an opposing character, bystanders, you name it, Pog generators, he's gonna eat your Pogs.
Colossal, 1 damage.
We'll call it after resolutions, give it a growth token. If it has 1 growth token, it has giant symbol. If it has 2 or more growth token, it has colossal symbol. If it has 3 or more growth tokens, you modify all of its combat values by 1. All of them. And we're going to go through them in a bit. He has a special power for the last 3 clicks that says Powerful Jaws. Yes, I haven't said it yet, but pre-prepared. Blades Claw Fangs. When Fairy Wolves use Blade Claw Fangs, increase the result of the D6 roll by the number of growth token it has. So I'm going to ask you, Heroclix, so that means that he has the +3 rule over here?
No,
Yeah.
it does not, because the increase is not to a combat value. It's to a d6 roll.
This 6 is not combat value, so if you have 10 growth tokens, it's a little bit exaggeration, but...
Here, have that 13 exploit blades.
Exactly.
If you ate a lot of dudes, yeah.
If you have a whole penguin, banquet for you to dine on,
Penguin,
Fog generator
Dino.
teams are somewhat meta. They're kind of fading out
Yep.
with the Thor set coming out, but they are still somewhat meta. You're gonna see him. He's a great way
he's
to
gonna
deal with
love it.
those.
He's gonna love it. And his defense power is monstrous wolf, super senses and toughness. So going for his die a little bit, he has the first 3 clicks are very similar. He has H charge on all of them, 0 range of course. He starts with 2 clicks of 11 blades and then goes down to a 10. He starts with 2 clicks of 18 super senses and toughness and then goes back to 17. This whole dial, it's only 1 damage, but it's exploit weakness. And remember, you're doing
got blades
blades on the
attached
first
out,
3 and the super blades on the last 3 clicks. On the last 3 clicks, you have 7 movement sidestep on all of them. Your 4th click is 10 attack, but 5 and 6 is 11. And you have 2 clicks of 17 toughness, it goes to an 18. And again, exploit weakness all the time. You're blading and exploiting weakness all the way through. You want to base someone, you want to, and if they don't kill you quick, and remember, by the time you're colossal, you're breaking away free, you're doing all kind of shenanigans, and for 2 smaller sized characters. But this guy could dish out 75 points and indomitable, so he can dish out a lot of damage. It's going to be harder if you get a tempo or a small numbered team, because he's dependent upon getting those growth tokens. But if you put him up on a token, Pog based team to face Pog based team with some perplexity and some animal things, and a team to control the map, which is with animal keywords now, could be really cool. This is this could be the way. I love this guy. Maybe a little bit expensive for meta right now, but there's potential here.
If there was a way to heal him, to stay on the fight, he would be really cool. Because here, the one thing that I like on him, since he's growing on size, he gets also Giant Reach 2, Giant Reach 3. So when your opponent is on a line, you can kill the first. You don't even need to move. You can just punch the second, punch the third figure, because you can start growing, get Giant Reach. You also has access to Colossal Stamina, right?
Yep, and Jay Williams agree with your comment that is great for RPG figures, the Dire Wolf and any other.
yeah,
so it's a
Dire Wolf for
great
sure.
set for RPG miniatures.
All right, so, gentlemen, all viewers of all ages, and thank you for watching us this late at night. It is super late here in Atlanta. We all have to get up early in the morning and go to our plane, but before we close, I wanted to say thank you guys for chipping in, watching, commenting. We appreciate you guys. Real quick, if you guys are commenting now or later in the archives, comment, what's your favorite figure from the set? Have you pulled some yet? Have you got some yet? I heard some stores haven't gotten it. I'm like, are you serious? This set's awesome.
Yep.
For 16 figures, yeah, they're sculpt reuse, whatever. It's the dials are there. There's some potential in here to mix with the Mighty Thor, which we all agree is probably one of the best sets we've had in a long time.
Yeah, actually, that's a cool idea. If you have some crazy combos you can think of between the Mighty Thor and this one, let us know.
Well, yeah, if you guys see more combos we didn't say, dude, share them with us, please. And, you know, if you guys like Tiago, let us know. Maybe he'll be on Cerebro sometime more if he can be.
Thanks for letting me be here, guys.
Of course.
Really fun.
All right, guys, I think that's it for this special edition live ROC or Rocktober review set. I mean, you're probably never going to get another one of these again because, yeah, there's not going to ever be another reason for us to do one unless we come back out here right when another small set like this drops, which I think we all plan on coming back next year as long as we have the funds for it. Good job to Tiago and Pedro for playing in the finals. Pedro sadly had some bad dice rolls. Hello from Hong Kong. It's probably really early there right now.
Okay.
Good job, Tiago. He placed overall, what, ninth place overall, which is the highest out of any of us, obviously. Erks and I both got stomped yesterday in the semis.
Rubbed out.
But, I mean, like I said, I was angry yesterday, but I still plan on trying to come back next year.
And a few fun teams, not bad.
Yeah, different teams.
So, like Eric said, or Erks, since everyone calls him that.
Either way.
If you guys have anything else to comment, go ahead and comment, like, subscribe. We always need more subscribers. There's a Patreon still, so that's a thing too if you want to do that.
Yep, it's late.
All right. I think that's everything we have to say tonight. So thanks for watching. Thanks for watching in the future, whether you're watching now or whenever you decide to watch it. It's longer than we thought it was going to be for 16 figures, but hey.
Good info.
Yeah, that's I think pretty sure that's everything. And remember, Alpha Strikers, strike hard first. I screwed it up. Okay.
And strike hard, guys.
You're fired, Colin!
Yeah, we're firing Colin. We're gonna put him to sleep. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Strike first.
And strike hard.
Good night, guys.
Cool. Dude, you handled it all perfect.